Upgraded investment to create integrated mobility system in Lagos State. Chief of Army Staff visited Kebbi other troops to intensify rescue of abducted schoolgirls. On the front in Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky hints at bid to resuscitate peace talks with Russia and Turkey. In sport, world number one Carlos Alcaraz out of Davis Cup tennis final with injury. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. In its ongoing commitment to promoting inclusive governance through civic engagement, the Lagos State Government, through the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, is holding its Social Intervention Civic Engagement Program, Mother and Infant Child Development MICHD, across the 6 health districts in the state. Speaking at the event, Permanent Secretary, Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, Chalabomi Shashore, said the event reaffirms the state's government unwavering commitment to ensuring that every Lagos resident, especially mothers and children, benefit from the state's inclusive development policies and civic engagement frameworks. Shashore said the ongoing program is not just about providing pregnant mothers with nutritional food packs, but an initiative that expands the state civic engagement frontier from dialogue and consultation to direct social empowerment aimed at investing and empowering expectant mothers to become partners in the collective effort to building a resilient and productive citizenry and state. She further added that by engaging the expectant mothers, the state's government is strengthening the foundational unit of society and ensuring that no generation is left behind in the dividend of good governance. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly have adopted the report of the Joint House Committee on Education, Tertiary Institutions and Health Services on the University of Medicine and Health Sciences Bill 2024. The resolution of the House is for the purpose of further advancing efforts to strengthen healthcare services and tertiary education in the state. While presenting the report during plenary, Chairman House Committee on Education, Tertiary Institutions, Owolabi Ajani, outlined several key observations made during the committee's engagement and review sessions. He noted that the bill required clearer definitions in some clauses to eliminate ambiguities, particularly those relating to the governance structure, administrative responsibilities, and academic oversight of the proposed university. Ajani explained that the committee also observed the existence of established frameworks in similar medical institutions across the country, which could guide the refinement of the bill and ensure alignment with best practices. In his remarks, Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, commended the Joint Committee for its diligence and thorough review, reaffirming the Assembly's unwavering commitment to strengthening legislative structures that promote quality healthcare and accessible world-class education for all residents of Lagos. The Lagos State government has announced postponement of the planned rehabilitation works on the Lekki-Ajah corridor, earlier scheduled to commence on Saturday, 15th November. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiyemi, in a statement, says a new commencement date will be communicated in due course. Oshiyemi says while preliminary activities will continue to the end of the month, full rehabilitation works will not begin until the revised schedule is announced. The state government appreciates the understanding and the patience of all road users as it remains committed to improving road infrastructure and ensuring safer, more efficient transportation for all. Now to the rest of the stories. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has directed troops of Operation Fansan Yanma to intensify effort to secure the release of students abducted from Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, MAGA, in Danko Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State. Addressing frontline commanders and troops, Shaibu charged them to conduct intelligence-driven operations and maintain relentless day and night pursuit of the abductors. The COAS also met with local vigilantes and hunters, describing them as critical partners in the operation, urging them to leverage their knowledge of the terrain in collaboration with troops to locate and neutralize the criminal element. Shaibu also enjoined troops to remain resilient and professional, urging them to operate within the rules of engagement while staying responsive, disciplined, and resolute in restoring peace to Kebbi State and surrounding areas. The Lagos State chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC says the party remains committed to a future built on stability, reforms, democratic consolidation, and genuine empowerment of Nigerians, and not the fantasy politics of those who lost power, lost public trust. This is contained in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Sheyi Oladejo, following the latest declaration of People's Democratic Party's Bello Turaki to return to power to Nigerians. The Lagos APC urged him to first seek legitimacy from his own party members and leaders and unite his platform. In foreign news, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says he hopes to revive talks over ending the war caused by Russia's full-scale invasion 2 years ago during a trip to Turkey on Wednesday. On a short tour of European allies to discuss support early this week, Zelensky wrote on social media on Tuesday that Ukraine is preparing to reinvigorate negotiations and has developed solutions that he will propose to partners. While Zelensky did not disclose details of his trip, reports say he would meet United States Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, as well as President Recep Tayyip Erdogan in Ankara. Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov says no Russian representatives will take part in the talks, but that President Vladimir Putin was open to conversations with the US and Turkey on the result of the talks. In sport now, Spain's number one, Carlos Alcaraz, will miss the Davis Cup Final 8 tournament in Italy this week due to injury. The two-time Wimbledon champion announced on X that he has a swelling in his right hamstring and the medical advice is not to play. Alcaraz's announcement comes 2 days after he was beaten by arch-rival Jannik Sinner, the Italian world number 2, in the ATP Finals title decider in Turin. Sinner had already announced he would miss the tournament, with host Italy aiming for a third title in a row. And that's it on the news at 4. But just before we go, always check your mirrors before changing lanes or making a U-turn. Blind spot can hide approaching vehicles or motorcycles. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that's the Sanwo-Olu administration completed and inaugurated Mother and Child Center Badagry? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. In its ongoing commitment to promoting inclusive governance through civic engagement, the Lagos State Government, through the Office of Political, Legislative and Civic Engagement, is holding its Social Intervention Civic Engagement Program, Mother and Child Development, MICHD, across the 6 health districts in the state. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, has directed troops of Operation Fansan Yanma to intensify effort to ensure the release of students abducted from Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, MAGA, in Danko, Wasago, local government area of Kebbi State. We also told you that President Volodymyr Zelensky said he hopes to revive talks over ending the war caused by Russia's full-scale invasion 2 years ago during a trip to Turkey. Sports Spain's world number one Carlos Alcaraz will miss the Davis Cup Final 8 tournament in Italy this week due to injury. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbalagun. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome to the return trip.